All right. So first up, I'd like to know, why did you decide to get the coaching session?
Um, because I stumbled across a YouTube channel. I've always been the kind of guy that flipped between champions, flipped between roles, like I've played everything.
Hmm.
Ekko's always been one of the champions I like the most, and I thought your YouTube channel was a great resource to like start really learning Ekko.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I decided to pretty much one trick him around the time I found your channel. So now it's just, getting some personal advice rather than what I can take from the rest of your videos.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So you're just trying to like settle down and maybe climb a bit as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all because I want to be better.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I know that I have some stuff I need to get
Wait,
better
so
at.
you're actually playing on an A, right? Like as your main server?
It,
Okay.
yeah, so I have accounts on both. Because I've spent so long on the North American account playing other roles and other champs, I've actually flipped over to my EU account,
Oh,
and I'm just
okay.
like focusing on that at the moment.
Yeah, you want me to send your OPGG for that as well? Because
Yeah,
I only have the NA one
yeah, my bad.
here.
On my...
Yeah, yeah, because have you played like recently on the other account? Because like your last games on this one were like 5 days ago, and before that 14 days.
Yeah, I haven't played too much recently at all, just because I've got
Mm, okay.
family in the country,
Alright.
um, which has made it impossible to just even spend time on my computer, let alone playing League, which is
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah. I mean, there's
Uh,
more important stuff, of course, than playing
yeah.
League. Right, but yeah, if there's something to look at there, then definitely send that over as well. I guess, what elo are you on the EU account?
I'm only 23 games deep, and I'm Silver 2.
Okay. I mean, you're only gold 4 on the other one as well, so that's not
Yeah.
even a massive amount of difference game-wise. Let's see. 4 of Footlicker, alright then. You have a really good win rate on this one, though. Okay.
Yeah, it's going a lot better.
I mean, you've reached platinum before season 9, it says here. So I
Oh,
guess you're
actually,
more of a
that
for
that
fun
actually
player.
wasn't me. That was the
Oh,
guy whose
okay.
account it was previously. I have reached plat before on my
Oh,
NA
okay.
account, but that was playing Teemo top, and I was just
Oh.
cheesing people. So
Okay.
I'm not sure it counts.
All right. So do you have like a goal you want to reach this season then?
Plat is the goal.
Plat. Okay.
Absolutely. That
Okay.
is where I feel like I will have, yeah, managed to get a rank that I want to achieve without cheesing it.
Hmm.
Because when I did get it on Teemo, I felt like I was cheesing it. I've never gotten anywhere near there on jungle.
Okay. But I mean, just we'll go over your OPGG. Just looking at your newest OPGG now, I think you should definitely be able to reach it. I mean, doesn't look out of reach. Looking at your stats, right? You're just completely smurfing in silver, so
For
getting to
sure.
platinum should not be like a huge hurdle, honestly. I mean, what do you think your biggest weakness at the moment is?
Closing games for sure. Like I
Mm,
always start off good. Um, well, not always. Sometimes nothing
mhm.
happens in the
Yeah,
early
yeah.
game, but I'm usually ahead. It gets to the mid game, I can be 6-0. I could have a Magi ball with 20 stacks, and the game just will just still go to that 30-minute point, and then we'll win a dragon fight, ace the team, and end that way. I'm never that guy who gets ahead and ends the game in like 18 minutes. Like, it just doesn't happen to me.
Hmm.
So I'm missing
Why not
something.
though? Like, do you know, like, okay, that's definitely something you probably want to find out, right? But would you say it's like a mental thing? Would you say you're just not good enough mechanically, maybe, or something? Like,
I
you
really
get
can't
picked
tell.
off?
I
Okay.
feel like if I could tell, I'd be able to fix it, and I feel like I'm just
Hmm.
clueless to what the problem is.
Okay. I guess we'll see
It's
that.
the reason why it's the reason why I'm taking Dark Harvest as well, because I was using the electrocute setup with the inspiration
Mhm.
secondaries for a while, and I switched over to this because my games always go like 30 minutes, so I feel
Mm.
like I benefit from this more.
It's
But
definitely better
NA,
in your elo, yeah, for sure. Or like in lower elos, it's definitely better than in higher elos, because in higher elos, people actually know how to close out games. Like your team will also help you close out games, and same way around for like the enemies. So like you'll have to get some more early consistency in higher elos. But yeah, in your elo, I think this rune setup is fine. We'll talk more about that in a second though as well.
okay.
Um, Okay, so you already said like specific situations, just closing out games. Are there like other, let's say, mistakes or bad habits that you've noticed in your gameplay that maybe cost you games?
Not entirely too sure. I think my mechanics are good. Well, reasonably good
Mm-hmm.
for my elo at least.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not too sure. I think it really is just that maybe map awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing where to ward sometimes is an issue as well. I think actually now I think about it, one thing I do slack with is knowing where the enemy jungler is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but
That's
you don't know because you don't feel like you're warding, or you're just not good at like tracking? Because usually you don't even really need to ward that much.
yeah. I mean, usually I'm just like not tracking, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
focusing on what I'm doing. I know that is something that getting higher I'll have to focus on. For the moment, it doesn't seem like a problem because I'm
Yeah,
winning
it's
games.
not. Yeah, that's definitely not like a thing you need to focus on too much in your elo to win games.
Yeah.
Especially
But then when
because
I am,
actually in low elo the jungle pathing is not even that predictable because right like the enemies might do mistakes and then they're just not doing what they should be doing, so it's not even predictable really.
sure.
Yeah, I guess are you using any jungle timer app?
Yes, I'm using Porofessor.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's like the last question, I guess. Okay, I'll just share my screen really quick and then we
All
can
right.
talk about your OPGG. I guess we'll just ignore the NA account since this one is like the most recent one. Can you see
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like looking at the stats, of course, right? I guess you're playing below your elo here, so the stats are for sure inflated a little bit, or like 12 average kills and whatever. But that's like really good, right? If you're smurfing like this in silver 2, that means you should easily be able to just climb through gold and probably reach plat, right? And then like depending on, we'll see how good you actually are, but looking at these stats, they're definitely good, right? You have nice farming numbers in a lot of your wins. There's a bunch of games with like over 8, which is definitely super good, for sure, for sure. One thing I noticed is you're building Zhonya's a bit too much for my taste, especially in games where just don't feel like the value is that great. Like, why are you building it against like Sejuani here? Is this like a champ where you feel like you need to build it?
I think possibly the reason I built it that game is because Twitch was fed, but I'm not
Okay,
entirely
but the
certain.
game before as well, right? I mean, it's always okay to build as like a last item. It always has some amount of value, of course. I just personally would rather have more offensive stats. But like I'm always saying this, the more ahead you are, the better it is to build defensive items just so you don't die. So I guess in these
Yeah.
kind of games where you're like Omega fed, it's fine. It's not a huge
That
deal.
was
You
those
still
games
build it
though,
too
10 days
much.
ago, 12 games ago,
Mm-hmm.
12 days ago. They were before I watched your
Ah,
itemization
okay.
video, and I've actually
Yeah, you actually kind of stopped a
I've
bit.
switched it up a bit since that video, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Also started building more defensive boots, I guess. Let's see if I agree with these choices. Have you also switched your smites every now and then?
Yes, never. I've never taken red actually, but
Mm-hmm.
I do sometimes take green. Um, if I feel like I need the tenacity, I'll take green,
Okay.
and I'll
Yeah.
usually take tenacity boots in the same game.
I mean, it really depends, right? But yeah, like sometimes you might just take one of them so you can build the Sorks if you want. Let's say, for example, I would say this game is kind of a good game to take the Green Smite and then still build Sorks because you're basically. I mean, you have a top lane AP as well, but you're one of the main AP carries, let's say, so the enemies are probably not going to build that much MR. So having the Sorks here is nice, and then I would still go for the Greensmith because they have quite a lot of CC that can just pick you off, right?
Sure.
So, but that's not like one of the big things I would say overall.
I think I
Mm,
remember contemplating Mercs that game. But
yeah.
if I can't figure out what boots I want, I just tend to default into Sorks, which
I think the biggest thing with your setup is honestly just your runes or like with your item building. I think Dark Harvest really like you feel like you can't close out games, but it's not because of the runes. Just trust me, right? Like I'm playing electrocute every single game, and you can still just one shot people in the late game. You really like you never need the Dark Harvest. That's why it's, in my
sure.
opinion, just not a good rune because you genuinely just always have enough damage in the late game. And then with the double adaptive, it's like okay. I guess since you're just going for full on like highest AP possible, basically with this build.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I took the double adaptive based on some first clear testing. found it was
Yeah,
faster for first clear.
it is a little bit faster, but I also have noticed in my gameplay at least that I sometimes struggle to proc passive and stuff, and also or not like struggle, but sometimes it just you cancel an auto attack because it's a little bit weird, and you just don't have a lot of attack speed. So and also of course in the jungle you just auto attack a lot, right? So 10% attack speed is usually just worth more.
Sure.
But again, this is not like big stuff. It's just it's just my personal preference. I would say I would rather play with Electrocute and then Inspiration. But I'm also gonna say that in your elo going for Sorcery second is fine, especially since you can see, right? There's a lot of games going over 30 minutes, so it's definitely, yeah. In your elo, like if we just compare really quick, your game time is like there's a bunch of games even over 40 minutes and like over 30, and like in my games usually they're like around 20. I mean, there's been a bunch of longer games, but like most games are with the 20, right? If you look, so it's just in the elo I'm playing, it has a little less value to go for sorcery. So this is basically just like the most greediest setup you can run. So if you're better than your enemies, you can easily get away with it. But as soon as you're maybe like hitting your peak, this might be something you also want to change. But I don't think you should change it for this session or anything. I also am actually kind of interested to see how it looks, because I haven't played with Dark Harvest in a long time. If we look at your League of Graphs, at least for this account, it's like you're by far above average here, right? For silver, of course. So it's definitely not your main elos, even for gold. And like even for platinum, you're above. Of course, since you're playing against people that are, I guess, worse than you. You also, as I said, they're a little bit inflated, and also it's not a massive amount of games. But still, I think, honestly, with Ekko, you can just play your own game. Okay, the enemies might get like a little bit better mechanically, but honestly, really, like don't be scared of any elo that's above your current one. Really, like the difference between gold and platinum is really just a little bit of consistency, a little bit of game knowledge, maybe, and then maybe mechanics. But that's also such like a in platinum. There's all kinds of people, right? In diamond as well. It's like some people only get there with mechanics, some people only get there by playing tons of games, others get there with like decent macro. So just play your own game, become consistent yourself, I would say. Is that something you feel like you are? Like, do you think you are consistent, or do you... I mean, this looks decently consistent.
Yeah, consistent enough, I think. I think I perform well more than half the time. Probably a lot more than half the time. I have bad games, but... yeah.
No, but I guess that's normal, right? I would say looking at your PG is good.
There's just so many games where I perform really well and then I end up losing anyway, and I'm like, damn,
yeah,
it was good.
I've been having that kind of stuff recently as well. I think it's also always about the meta a little bit. I mean, you don't even seem to be facing that many of the hard meta junglers, like Kindred and that's so. I mean, you're facing a bunch of Ranger. Are you not banning Ranger? You're banning Kha'Zix maybe, or
no?
What are you banning?
I'm banning Yi every game.
Damn, that's a wasted ban if I've ever seen one. But,
oh, do you think so?
I mean, for me at least. I mean, I think the last time I played against Yi, I actually lost, but I just feel like nobody plays that champ. Maybe in lower elos he's played a bit more, but...
I just feel so helpless when he gets ahead.
Yeah, when he gets ahead it's difficult, but I don't know. It's just, for me, not a worth a ban, but I guess you won 100% of your games against Ranger, so... It's like, in Silver, people cannot play Ranger, so it's fine.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people in Silver play Yi. Like, Yi's like always a ban champ. Because
I guess.
He just gets picked so much.
Curious now. Let's see his pick rate. Like, wait, okay, Platinum Plus at 6%, so let's see. Okay, 10%, yeah, that's actually quite a lot, and also
so
decent
30% ban rate, yeah.
It's so funny. Like, look how the ban rate drops off. Like, actually, quite a big ban rate even in Master Plus, I would say, for the fact that you never see that jump. But yeah, interesting. It's like you really just need to accept. There's a bunch of champs in the game, like Warwick as well, I would say, where you just need to accept that if he's on you, he will out DPS you, so you just need to make sure he doesn't even get on you, basically.
Sure.
But yeah, let's. I guess. Yeah, Kayn is definitely difficult.
Slap the hell out of me.
Kayn is definitely difficult. Another one of those champs I just don't see often enough to ban for me personally. Yeah, I guess your duels win rate could definitely be higher. It's actually higher on the other account, which is interesting.
Sure.
It just maybe you're like playing with a little bit less respect on this account. I don't know, but like still, that actually should even increase your duels win rate a bit. So this should definitely be higher. It just means you're losing almost half the fights you're taking, or you're like
Sure.
barely winning more than half. So it's definitely not optimal. Let's see, like you're farming and like this. Oh, whoops. Your farming is definitely good, right? Like this is how the graph should look. It should just be like an upwards curve. Let's see. Oh yeah, your item completion time is also really good actually. It seems like you're definitely looking at like taking good resets and this stuff. So yeah, I'm really curious actually how you're not able to close out games, to be honest, because it looks like you should just be having easy games climbing. I mean, you are, right? You have like 70% win rate, but you're still saying that closing out games is a weakness of yours. I guess
Sure.
Rift Herald is something you can prioritize a bit more. It's definitely a good thing. You can get it for free so many times, especially in low elo games, but even higher elo games.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
actually a
take.
good
I
stat as
know where
well.
the enemy jungler is. Like I don't tend to take chances on it because
Yeah, that's
I
okay, but like
always get
oftentimes
spotted.
they are just on the other side of the map, right? And then you just do it really quick because the eyes open up so much, you literally do it in like 20 seconds on your own. So like
Yeah.
as soon as you see the jungle on the other side of the map, or you just see them recall or something, then you can usually just do it.
Sure.
We'll see that, I guess. Vision, I mean, vision is something you said you're a little bit. Yeah, you're definitely. Maybe you should just put down a little bit more wards. I don't know. But this is not a big deal, you know. Like vision is not what wins or loses you most games. You're also not someone that surrenders a lot. That's pretty good. Do you do the Raptors path?
I do the Raptors path. Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that you can do it well, or are you like not sure?
Yeah. I usually 3:45 or something. I have gold when I start
Yeah,
recalling.
that's fine. Okay, I guess just go into a game then.
All right. Let me share screen.
I think, yeah, like again, right, with the clearing and whatever, it's small stuff. It's not what loses or wins you games. So
Sure.
it's just stuff that is kind of easy to improve. Now he didn't mean 345 minutes. He meant like 345 gold, I think, right?
Yeah, 3:45 gold. Yeah. You can see my client. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, since the jungle pet is bugged, I think like for me it's usually around like 350 gold now, because the fucking
Sure.
pet doesn't even attack anymore. Super annoying.
Wait, do they change the way the pet interacts with
I mean,
attacks?
it's like bugged. I don't know. It just doesn't
Oh, is that
attack
what it is?
sometimes. Yeah, it's super
I've
annoying.
never quite understood how the pet interaction works. I think I thought at one point that it was if you for every auto attack you do, like the pet will continue attack for like 2 more attacks once you stop attacking or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it should just attack normally as long as they're like aggroed, but it's literally just bugged at the moment. I don't know. And it's just been since this patch. It's kind of annoying, especially if you're doing the raptors clear, because you're just taking like one or two more auto attacks from all the small raptors, so it's like a bunch more damage that you're taking, and
Sure.
also a bunch more time that you just need to stand there.
I think Echo pick rate and win rate is sorry, pick and bam rate is up this patch as well. There's 3 games. I've got 3 games on this account where one I played Karthus, one I played Graves, one I played Sona. I think
Because
all
Ekko
those
was
games.
banned.
I think Echo was either picked by enemy or banned. I
Interesting.
wasn't clear,
Yeah,
but
I
no
mean,
one was banning Echo when I was playing on the NA account.
yeah, he's not really a champ that people ban, I think. Not really, not that much. Maybe sometimes when you get stumped by one, you're like, next game I'm gonna ban this champ, but
Oh man, like that game where they picked Echo and then I picked Graves. He slapped the shit out of me.
really, I think with Graves you can
Yeah,
definitely bully Echo quite a bit. As soon as you're a little bit ahead, you can just perma invade him. But of course, if you're like not a Graves player,
I'm definitely not. I was pretty much first time Gravesing. I was just pissed that they took my champ. So
yeah, 2 people in chat are even saying they never see Echo bans. I also never see Echo bans. I think he's one of those champs that's like one tricks can play him and make him look unfair, but he's not worth a ban, right? Like, there's champs
sure.
like Rengar, Kindred, Rek'Sai that you can ban, so why would you ban Echo if these are also existing? It's just, I guess, when the patch dropped, Echo had actually quite a high win rate, but now it has kind of evened out and it's not even that great anymore.
Where is it right now?
No, I guess I can look. I think it's at like 51% or something in Master Plus, which is still good.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's like negative even in Platinum Plus. It's like 49.87. In Master Plus it's even below 50 now. Damn, it's crazy. It was like at 52 the first day or something. I
Oh,
guess
okay.
the meta always shifts a little bit, of course.
Didn't realize he took off so much.
Ivern
Another
matchup
thing is
seems
I'm
to be
only
very
able to
rough.
play like 3 games a day. If I had it my way, I'd be, playing 10. But
No, I mean that's enough to climb though, right? If you're actually better than the elo you're playing in, of course.
I'm not gonna ban the Yi, and then we're gonna
Ban it
see if he.
if you mind. I mean, okay, that would be actually a nice matchup to see. I would just ban Kha'Zix or Kane. Yeah, I
I'm
think.
gonna ban Kane
Yeah,
because
yeah. Kha'Zix already banned anyway.
he's for me personally, he's been like a standout champ that slaps me.
For sure, I think Kane is like both of his forms are even kind of difficult to deal with, and he's just a really annoying champ to deal with. But it's also not a champ that a lot of people play, at least in higher elos.
Sure.
Like the worst thing is actually Kane top, man. Kane top is like because
That's
he's
something I don't ever
basically
see in silver.
yeah it's but it's one of those things he just perma proxies basically, so he also kind of pressures you at some point in your jungle.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess yeah, actually just play with this setup. I want to see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it just for comfort.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine. As I said, I don't think it matters what kind of rune setup you play. You can definitely get away with this. Yeah, you're very AP heavy here with your team. That's a little bit sad.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, not
Oh,
as
there we
AP
go.
heavy anymore, but yeah, it is actually a very okay damage split now with the AD support. If you had a Swain here, you because like Yone and Jax both deal a bit mixed damage, right? They have a bunch of AP in their kit as well, or like magic damage at least.
Sure.
Ooh, the Feared Eve matchup. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like this one either.
I think this is one of the easiest matchups that actually has such a bad win rate for Ekko for some reason. But I think it's genuinely not that difficult. I think if they
Yeah.
pick one more AP here, you should maybe even take MR.
Yeah, I'm always on the lookout for what to place for that final rune.
Yeah, like most games, I just go health, but if they're like very heavy into one side, then I guess you can take armor or
Yeah.
MR.
I saw you say that in the Discord like a week ago.
Oh,
A lot of
this is
people
definitely an MR
following
game
the
then.
same. Yeah, shall I hit the MR here?
Like the Tristana is basically their solo AD, and even Tristana has some magic damage on her kit, so
Sure.
should be good value. And then definitely also Merc's game. I would say also Green Smite Mercs everything
Yeah.
here, and then
That's what I would do for sure.
I'm not 100% sure if it's a Lichbane or Natrus game. Like both have their uses. I would say Lichbane probably. You also have a decent amount of DPS in your team as well. Someone in chat is asking if you're using Skin Changer.
No.
Why
No,
would
I'm
you?
not.
I don't know why. Maybe because you're playing with a normal skin. I don't know.
Is it because I have no skins on this EU account?
Damn.
Yeah, I mean this is a baby account. It's only level 51 or something.
Yeah. You want me to give you a lot of like active advice in game, or rather see you play your game?
Yeah, I was thinking about whether I want you to give active advice or not. Yeah, you know what? Go right for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I usually I always give a bunch of active advice anyways, because it's like it's so difficult to just watch and see like mistakes happening and stuff. But I guess there is definitely some reason to just see people play their game. But I think that's definitely better in higher elos maybe, where people have a bit better basics. But let's see, right? Like your basics should be okay looking at your farm numbers and stuff. So yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Playing with nerves now though, so
You got
I can't
nerfs.
promise that.
Yeah,
I can't promise that this is going to be a dub.
That's
We'll see.
fine. I mean, even the mistakes are usually the games where you can learn even more anyways, so...
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a job interview or something, dude.
Is it not at 99% the whole time? Oh no. Okay, I guess
And
someone
yeah,
had to restart. Wow, Tristana ADC, I haven't seen that in a long time, honestly. Like, all the Tristanas I see are mid lane at the moment.
No, yeah, I still see quite a few Tristana's AD. No Ziggs. I've not seen a Ziggs as far as I can remember, to be honest.
Definitely
I
a
don't.
game where you can look for an early bot gank, right? The enemy's probably gonna push, right? Tristana always pushes. I mean, Ziggs also
Sure.
kind of pushes, but you'll just have to see how it plays out, I guess.
Okay. Also, I don't have Porofessor installed on this laptop. I'm using my work laptop just because it's better, and I didn't want to lag streaming and
Okay.
playing at the same
So
time.
you don't have jungle timers now? That's fine.
Not right now, no.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Oh, and my key bindings are wrong. Playing on a MacBook. Sacrilege.
Damn. What jungle are you playing against?
Playing against Evelyn.
Evelyn, okay. I mean, Evelyn is definitely not a jungle that invades you early, so I don't think you really need to place any wards.
Yeah, I'm always unsure about the early warding as well.
I guess we'll talk about that in the game review. It's easier to tell you where. It's just like some matchups you want to ward so they can't invade your blue, of course, but not the Eve one. Eve is not a champ that will ever invade you early. If anything, you could invade her, but
Sure.
that's not something I ever recommend with Ekko. Honestly, going for early invades is always a coin flip, and then you also need to have very good info, of course. It's definitely good if they play the game. Then it's gonna be easier for you to get kills, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe even ping, right? They don't even know. They don't even know what you're gonna do. Just
Yeah.
ping that you're starting there.
I missed the big one.
Get the 5 gold. Ping the word.
Oh, I
Press
don't have
Y.
my.
Y. It should be
Oh,
Y.
is it Y? I was gonna say I don't have it set up on this
Okay, I guess it's
laptop.
not Y. You can just ping normally on it. You don't even need to do. Definitely skill W though.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely nerves. I always skill
Okay.
W. I
Yeah.
just
Okay.
slammed the wrong key like a
That's
dumbass.
fine. Yeah, you can just ping whatever and then you get the 5 gold and you of course also mark the thing.
Yeah, I have that ping set up to a different hotkey on my other computer, so I don't
Definitely
actually know.
smite.
It's Y. Oh my god, I smited the whole thing. Dude. I
Oh,
swear to
yeah.
god, this is like
Yeah,
complete nerves playing. Oh my
fine.
god.
I guess we're
How am
just
I gonna get
recalling
through this
here.
game? Okay.
Just take a deep breath and recall here, I guess. Or I mean, look
Yeah.
bot before recalling, but probably just recall. Yeah, they're so far back. This is like a really low percentage play, I would say. Definitely a little bit slow in the clear, but it doesn't matter.
Man, that's just so unusual of me to mess up on every camp.
Can you try H? Just try like pressing H to see if that's the ping. No.
H is stop.
Oh, okay.
Y locks my camera.
Oh, okay. You have like very different key bindings, I guess.
Yeah, the key next to 1 is usually the key that I.
Yeah, usually actually you should do Grump and then Blue here, but I think doing Blue here is fine because I think the crab will come up soon since you were a little bit slow.
Sure.
So do like Blue crab and then go back to your jungle or gank. Okay. How did the Ziggs get a solo kill? Yeah, you could definitely look to dive top.
Tempted to just go there
Yeah,
now.
yeah, go there now.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay. Yeah, kill her. It's fine. I mean, your W could have been placed earlier than you maybe actually kill her, but this is fine. Yeah, just go back to jungling.
I always smite this. How do you feel about smiting that?
It's the first crab. Yeah, it's a waste usually. I mean, you can do it, of course, if you have 2 smite stacks up anyways, but like it should never be like something you always do, right? Do it when it's contested, or when you like need to clear it fast because you maybe want to gank somewhere or whatever. Also use your W still on the first clear. Like don't use it now, but use it on the wolves.
Sure. Would you carry on clear at this point?
Yeah, just clear. You can look after the wolves. You can and use your W, as I said. You want to stay healthy here.
Not bad.
Is your W key broken? You also.
No, it's just I thought it may be a bit too late to
Yeah, yeah,
use
now
it
it's fine.
now.
But like, you also didn't use it on the Eve, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's a coin flip,
I'm
but
going to
he's so low.
just.
Yeah, go, just go.
I'll
But
just
he
charge
needs
commit
to
to
not let him
Cappy.
base. Definitely ping that you're coming there. That's I think it's too late now.
Yeah, I think so.
You need to ping right away. Like always ping. You're actually going into nowhere right now. I think at this point just recall. Honestly,
Yeah, let me check
you're
these. They're
so.
going to be
Oh,
collapsing.
okay? Never mind. He wants to die. Get a free kill. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think just recall now since you're so far away from your bot side. You can get like 2 amp toms. That's fine.
Can't believe he was still there. The fuck is he
Yeah, I
doing?
mean, neither. I guess he was greedy for the wave. Didn't expect you. I mean, what you did was a big coin flip, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if he based there, then you just waste huge amounts of time.
Oh my god.
Maybe you can get something
Oh
there.
my
Yeah, they
god.
might try to dive
Maybe.
like idiots. Just ping again, ping that you're going. So like communicate with your team. Yeah, like tell him to bait. I don't know. He needs to stay
Yeah.
there. Eve might invade you. Yeah, kill her. Yeah, she doesn't have flash. You can flash on her. Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you could have even like we'll see that in the game review, but I think you could have even walked in from the brush below you, right? We kind of saw her walking to this camp.
Oh, I didn't actually notice her walk to the camp.
Yeah.
So she was definitely walking there.
Yeah. I get, it was kind of obvious the way that she walked there, so maybe then you didn't even have to flash. Oh wow, she invaded that. Interesting. I definitely look mid here. I mean, yeah, this guy's low as fuck. You can dive from behind. Yeah, from there.
Would you go around here and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
choke
This
like
is
choke
actually
him out?
I don't do it that often, but it's actually pretty good. And also sweep here, sweep for sure. See if you're being spotted. But yeah, you can just kill this guy. Your Yon just needs to play the game. Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you
okay,
think?
maybe not. Nah, he's level 6 as
Okay.
well. Actually, look bot here, see they're fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting. Okay.
Maybe you can do something, but it's risky.
This is like a death
Try though,
trap, isn't it?
try.
We got a lot of minions.
You have W as well, and they're diving.
Okay.
Get the crab, I guess. Definitely,
Yeah.
in that situation, you should have had the awareness that she has W up again because she got a kill.
Yeah.
I mean, now you could actually look to maybe punish her because it's like a 20-second cooldown.
Yeah. I think I'm past that point now, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Like,
Probably should've
just
went straight
jungle
on.
now. Yeah, just
Yeah.
jungle. Get the red buff, I guess. Or, like, get the Raptors, get red buff. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, definitely you could have just ran at her after she kept pushing there. This is the kind of mistakes you need to punish in these games, right? Like, this stuff that happens in Silver because people are just not playing with the respect they need to play with, but you, of course, also need to punish it. Again, just use your W still. Like, at this point, it's super unlikely that you will ever like ever fight in the next 20 seconds, so yeah, definitely look at your own.
Yeah, I'm on my way over there.
Ping also that you're coming again. The Leona should definitely be dead here.
Uh-oh.
Still have W. Your W
Oh.
just was missing here.
Yeah.
Also, your 1 XP of 6 is a little bit unlucky, I guess.
Oh shit, I was, yeah.
It's fine.
That's really sad, actually.
Just spend your gold really quick. No, like, but no. Buy the alternator. No, don't even buy. Whatever.
You wouldn't buy pink?
No, I wouldn't on this early. I mean, it's okay against Eve. I guess it has more value than usual, but still.
I like to try and get one here.
That's too deep. It doesn't even matter. You know, you're gonna spot Eve once and then she'll clear it. I would rather place one that's a little bit defensive early at least.
Okay.
You're not the one that's pressuring too much now, anyways. So having offensive wards like that is not super valuable in my opinion. And then again, Eve will always right. If this is a ward that doesn't get spotted, then it's good, right? It might give you information. But since it's Eve, she will always know when she's walking past it, since she's invis, right?
She could. Oh right, so she gets notified as soon as
Yeah,
she's.
exactly. But other times.
Oh, I never even knew that.
Oh well, okay.
That's.
I definitely looked up here. The Singe might be low. Yeah, I think go there.
Okay.
Jax might kill on his own though. Oh, he actually does.
Oh.
You should get him. Place a W somewhere in his path. Yeah.
Oh god.
You
This
can
is
kill him, you can
awkward.
kill him, you can kill him. Ult, 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 ult. Yeah.
Oh no, this is so awkward, dude. Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but a bunch of misplaced. Like, the biggest problem here was that you eat into the brush there. Like, in these
Sure.
situations, you definitely just throw your Q in there and see if you can proc 2 stacks and then E. So you get the movement speed, right? Because now you just weren't able to proc your passive.
Sure.
And that was such a big problem, because then he was able to just outrun you the whole time.
Yeah, Eve's got. Wow, they've all got.
I got shutdowns.
Yeah.
That's fine. At least there are shutdowns for you to collect. And like Eve is a champ that you can shut down quite easily. Yeah, just clear. Just clear. You really need to clear. Even going for that top play there, I mean, I think you should have. You were definitely able to kill him, but it was a little bit risky still because Singed is sometimes a champ that's annoying to kill. And I mean, you even died, so.
Yeah, no, that sucked.
It's definitely not good. For sure on the back foot here, but it's super winnable as soon as you get shutdowns.
Ooh, you know,
Definitely, like, yeah, like if you see him walking up like this, you should know that it's worth it. Just let him be. You won't ever kill him. Definitely ping the ward again. Like just ping. Just do it like a normal ping there. It should
Yeah.
mark it.
Okay, this
She
is gone.
invaded you. Yep. Yeah, I guess look top. Yeah, you might be able to kill him.
I'm still carrying around this pink.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, just go. Should get him now.
Oh man.
You still get him. Just wait for your cooldowns, right? Like he has nowhere to go. Yeah, that's fine as well, I guess. It's a little bit risky. You can't really do Herald because Eve just killed your mid. So yeah, just get this recall. You have your rocket belt. It's a nice timing. It's fine.
Okay.
Your Pike actually just shot down the Tristana as well, so you're kind of doing a comeback here. Yeah, I'd actually get like a unit of web boots anyways, right? You're also playing without Futures Market, damn. That's actually so crazy that you have this item completion time even without Futures Market. You must actually have very good early games.
Is it even in generally this is good? 12 minutes
For sure.
Boost?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
Because it doesn't feel like it's been a good game.
No, but you've been getting kills, so it's like fine. You've died a bunch, of course, but still getting kills. Yeah, you can definitely contest that. You just sweep. Yeah, okay. I mean, your team definitely needs to help you if you want to do anything here.
Yeah.
Does this guy have Mobies? That's right.
He's zooming, isn't he? Yeah, he's got Mobies.
I guess Drake is gone. You don't have ult to steal. There's a Singe behind you as well. Yeah, just kill her, yeah, kill her, honestly. Place a W somewhere.
Jesus.
Okay.
That really sucked.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't have been. Yeah, like you walked into the Tristana range for no real reason.
Sure.
Okay, I guess you got the kill.
Oh, get that bitch, please.
Oh, maybe one more kill. Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I guess just by an Amtom.
What would you take for this game?
Yeah, Lichbane. Yeah, Lichbane for sure. I would love to see the jungle timers now. It's like both of your Crux and your Gromp is cleared, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I guess just go to your red and clear up. You actually don't get baited into any more plays now. I feel like, I don't know what happened, man. It must be end of season queue. People are just so down to flip all the time. In my games also. It's like, we're just perma fighting. And you never really jungle. But as Ekko, you should really prioritize jungling. And I think in Yurilo especially, you can really just prioritize it. Like, if your team wants to int, they int, but you'll be so much stronger than everyone else if you just have more farm. I mean, you should know, right? Because you have some games with good farm. So just prioritize
just, like,
that.
Trying not to let the game, like, fall apart while I'm
Exactly.
farming.
You
Like,
still need to move, of course, if you can move, but it's like sometimes you just need to make the decision to farm, even if your team wants to fight. And they might int, but then you just need to make the difference
sure.
since you're stronger. And you can. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, your elo, you can definitely make the difference on your own. I think, again, just clear, like, no, clear the Grump first, though. Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Can even kind of clear both of them together, I think, at this point.
I don't know
It's
how to do
fine.
that too well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
let that
No,
reset.
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I definitely looked up also the whole time here while they're fighting. It's you could have definitely gotten that. I think maybe still get that. Yeah, you have Rocket Belt.
Just gonna.
Oh, he's there. You should get him with Rocket Belt. I don't know if it's worth flashing, but I guess it's okay. Definitely help top. Definitely. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Neve spot. Yeah, get the crab first. Get the crab first. You might get level 10 from it, and it doesn't take you a long time. Also look mid here, see if if it's low or something. Alright, you're not getting level 10. Yeah, just to Herald now. Actually, even invade the red here afterwards, maybe.
Okay.
Like maybe you should invade it before because she's gonna be alive again.
At this point, I should just carry on though, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just talking my thoughts out loud, basically. I mean, could probably still do it, but it's a little bit risky.
Yeah.
You know what? Go for it. Like, invade the red. But okay, but next time E over the wall, so you're
Just
faster.
E over the wall. Okay. Should I hit this or is it too...
No. Then you're gonna
just show everyone I'm here, right?
Yeah, don't
Would you
show
W
that.
from behind this wall?
No. Just use it. Just use your ability. Start using them. I mean, Anna, don't use your W when invading like that. But it's fine.
Okay.
You have smite. Like you should just get it. Oh, there she is. Smite auto. Nice. Can you kill her maybe? Oh, definitely be careful now. You have W again. Use it here. Run. Oh, never mind. Nice, big. Okay. Thought you might not have the damage since you have so much unspent gold, but you actually did. Good job.
Scary. Okay, getting out of here.
Yeah, I think that's fine that you're basing, since we don't really know what Tristana is up to.
Okay.
Yeah, really good overall. I guess actually go to your Grump. Go to your Grump. You want to puff down here. Yeah, since Drake is coming up in 55 seconds.
Got it.
To puff down there. Also started blue. Just to... since when you do the buff first, you're gonna clear Grump and Wolves in a shorter delay, so the pathing is a little bit better. Usually it doesn't matter, but I see high elo players do it as well, so there must be a reason you should do it. You really, like, now you need to realize that you're actually strong, right? So you can be the proactive player that looks for plays.
Sure.
Even, especially because you just shut down the Eve.
So at this point, like, does farming become less of a focus?
No, it should actually become almost more of a focus at this point. So you just play with objectives.
Okay, so it's about objective taking and being proactive.
Yeah, that's how you win games of League of Legends, right? You just push down the towers and stuff. Don't focus too hard on her, but if you get her for free, then... Nice try. That was definitely, if you proc the pass for their kill, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you were also a shutdown, I assume. Were you even? No, you weren't even a shutdown. Oh, so that was definitely worth, because she was a shutdown.
Nice.
Yeah, with Futures Market, of course, you can buy the Lich Pen units, nice.
Yeah, you never sell this, do you?
Ever? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, in late game, of course, yes, if you have it, if you don't stack it, but like this early where you can still easily stack it up, for sure not. It's a good value item, right? Like, the Dark Seal on its own is a decent value item, I think.
Okay. $59 seconds. What do you think? Clear these camps and drop it mid, or?
Yeah, I would say so. Clear up and then try to get the mid tower. Your W usage, like people in chat are even saying it, like your W usage is definitely like Like, I don't know, you're just not using it often at all, or like using it way too late when you're already in the fight. That's definitely a big thing.
Okay.
You'll also see that in the game review though. They want to have F, how you're doing fine. Definitely look at the action. Oh, you also skilled W once.
Yeah, I
on
don't know how that
accident.
happened.
It's fine. I definitely like. Okay, you had 2 smite stacks, so it's fine. But yeah, only smite like that when you have 2 smite stacks, I guess.
Okay.
You're a higher level than her, right? Know that. You have defensive boots against her as well. Don't be so scared. I mean, don't force anything, but next time when you see this kind of stuff, just like. You dead here? Where? Broke your passive? Oh.
Feel like I was gonna die if I didn't ult anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
sad.
Maybe you could have just gotten out of range with Rocket Bolt, to be honest. And I think, especially, you should have just the way the Malphite was moving to you. You need to know that he's looking to ult.
Sure.
So just like you have to react better with your E and then maybe Rocket Bolt. I mean, you tried, I think, with your E, but it was a little bit too late.
I got it off, but it didn't get me out of range. Yeah, I should have just used it.
Game is still winnable, right? Your stats look shit, but you're like doing fine, right?
Okay.
You have same farm as Eve. You have 2 items as well, boots as well, right? Like you're not. It's not like you're out of game here or anything at all. So that's what you also need to realize sometimes. A lot of low elo players make the mistake of just looking at stats and basing their like knowledge or like their decisions of that, but you're really not doing bad here damage wise. You should be able to play the game. Just go for the cinch. Just keep going for him. Just sticking with the Leona in that situation. Definitely see if they're doing Nash or something. Sweep here as well. Pike is already. Oh, what? The crab is even up. Don't smite it if it's on like 1 HP like that, right? You know about the W passive, right?
Yeah, I'm doing dumb shit, honestly.
No, it's fine.
I'm overthinking things because you're here.
Yeah. It's okay. I guess this motherfucker going tanky, right? Yeah, he's for sure a little bit of a problem. I guess your Jax and Yon should be able to beat him down a bit in fights. Look bot. Like, see if this guy's low. He's not, okay. Well, still look there, like your team's moving.
Yeah.
Can for sure get this guy.
Where's he trying to go?
Nice. I wouldn't overchase. You don't know where everyone else.
Okay.
You can fight though. I mean, your team's fighting. Yeah, look.
Okay.
Yeah, just beat this guy down. He doesn't 1v3 you. Nice. Just get like your jungle.
Would you
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. No, that's actually better. You're right. And that's like actually a little bit of a weakness of mine sometimes. Or that's something I've just recently started improving, is just getting objective. But yeah, that's super important. Opening up the map after you get kills. I was just looking at the Drake spawning, so I wanted you to just like clear your jungle before that, but I think this is better.
Okay.
Just make sure not to get run down by the cinch or anything. Also, I mean, you should definitely maybe spend your gold here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just spend your gold. That's a little bit unfortunate you're missing. Wait, can you press tab? Yeah. Okay, they're not building that much more, although.
Would you
yeah, actually go. No, but you can buy 2 Nils Dart Rods. Buy 2, like, wait 10 gold.
Wait it out.
Yeah, that's better. If you had a little bit less gold, I think it would not be bad to go for white stuff here, but.
I noticed in your randomization video as well, you said never to build Medjai's until you got 10 stacks. Do you ever build it?
No, not like never.
And you're like 8 stacks
yeah, sometimes. And like the biggest reason I think for upgrading even without 10 stacks is when you need to really hard carry. But like usually you should really only do it with 10 stacks.
Okay.
It's too risky without oftentimes. Small thing, but like don't use your Q for that one auto attack you could have also done, right? And then You're just missing it for 5 seconds. Or you
Jeez.
get the mid tower actually here, it's so low. Okay, definitely help this guy.
Uh-oh.
We're still fine. Too passive here, like kill them.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, that's the problem. You could have killed them all if you're not scared
Oh,
here.
you think?
For sure. Look, the Pike is actually cleaning up. He would have done that as well if you just kept fighting. Like the biggest problem here was that you ran away before you even procced your passive anywhere, and you had a lot of time to
Sure,
proc your
yeah.
passive since you hit your stun on all of them, or like almost all of them. This Pike's actually playing really well.
Yeah.
So, like I think you could have just one-shot the Eve there. I don't think the Tristana since she has Hex Drinker, but the Eve I think you could have just one-shot there. She even almost died, even though you didn't focus her. So yeah, for sure. As I said, like don't be scared here. Your stats don't look great, but you are not weak. You're still level above on the Eve. You have your Rabadon's components.
Yeah,
I think at this point just farm. Actually, go to the crab first. Go to the topside crab first.
Okay.
Like at this point, just ignore the Drake unless they're doing it. I would say. I mean, if they go for it now, then definitely look there. But even like you could even give it honestly. I mean, it's not the optimal thing, but if your team is not in position, then just give it. It's just soul point. You could even maybe do.
Now.
Yeah, like no, just go into her jungle. Go into her jungle. Just give, or actually, nah. Like see, the Zig's not there, the Jack's not there. It's fine. Just get her jungle, get Rabadons, and then next fight you'll be stronger no matter what. You should be. I also help your Jacks. Yeah, there would have been a good W. Okay, stop chasing. Just get a red. Get her. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, she doesn't have ult anymore.
No.
W. Q. Okay. Again, right? Like, why do you E into the brush? That's like...
Yeah.
What are you getting out of that? You just interface even more then, which is not what you want to do. You actually, if anything, want to run away from the heart is above you, of course. Or when she marked you.
Yeah, my fighting needs some brushing up.
So, and then like the W usage is just missing so much in your fights. I think at this point I actually saw the Dark Seal, although... I mean, you don't really have anywhere to be, honestly. You can just farm your jungle and then reset. It's fine. Unless they... I don't know if you can contest Nash. I mean, they kind of stopped it. When are you alive again? 20 seconds or 10 seconds? I think you won't be there anyways, so no point.
Okay, I'll just start bot, do you think? Or should I head top?
Yeah, just go bot. Top side might be gone anyways. No way you reach that.
Yeah. Well, that's Rabadon's already. Would you just recall now? Or
no, just clear. Just clear and then recall, I guess. Also because now your jungle's of course even more contested here. Since they might gonna start pushing. So get that before they even have the chance. I guess you'll also get your full jungle, honestly. I think you have the time. Get the Gromp first, anyways. In this situation, definitely get the blue last red so you have it as long as possible for playing the game.
Okay.
Just get it now, recall, and then maybe fight. Get an extra M-Tom here. Yeah, smite as well, I guess. Like now you have 2 smite stacks. Is this Eve showing? I mean, your job should be to focus the Eve and the Tristana in these fights.
Okay.
Eve doesn't have ult, you can definitely kill her. Wow.
Oh my god, I'm slamming that R key like a madman.
I mean, focus. Maybe I also gave you a little bit of a false direction here, because I said like focus on them. It doesn't mean ignore the other ones, right? When the singed in half HP is in your face and you can just one tip him, of course do that. You're
Yeah.
kind of tunnel visioned on the Eve here, which is not like a bad thing in general. You should definitely sometimes also ignore the tanky targets to get on them, but I think in this situation could have done a bit more. We'll see though.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate game. There's a lot of their champs I absolutely hate playing against as well. One of
Yeah,
those
we'll
games.
see. A bunch of, especially like the fighting was definitely. I mean, you said you're fine mechanically. I think overall you're definitely okay mechanically. I would say though, still your ability usage just there's a lot of stuff to improve there, especially your E and W.
Okay.
And then also in some situations, even you just didn't even really use the passive when you really should
Yeah.
have. But for sure, a good game to learn from at least. Yeah, you can also you didn't have a lot of damage. Even though you were able to play the game item-wise, I would say, for sure.
So we're going to check out this game now?
Yeah. What's your in-game name again? Flicker.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that one.
No worries. Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, like, honestly, I feel like most of the stuff that went wrong in this game was definitely because of just mechanical misplays. I don't know, you said you were a little bit nervous, maybe that definitely has something to do with it. I feel like you were looking to do the right plays oftentimes, but just the execution was missing.
Sure.
Then, like, as I said, against Kindred, Graves, Jorvin, you need to ward this, or on the other side, this. So, because, like, when they are starting on red, they can just go over this wall with their movement ability and invade you,
I
so...
can't see your...
why not? Wait, you cannot see what? My stream or my mouse?
Are you sharing screen?
Yeah, you need to rejoin it.
Okay.
It's a little bit unintuitive. Tell me when you can see it.
I can see everything.
Okay, good. So yeah, here you need to ward, and here, like, let's say at like 1 minute or whatever, you should ward when you're playing against champs that can invade you early. So as I said, Kindred, Kha'Zix, Grey, and not Kha'Zix. I mean Kha'Zix a little bit, but not really. It's not a level 2 invade champ, right? Like level 2 invade champs are ones that just have their movement ability skilled early. So Kha'Zix not one of them. But against them you need to ward. Against Eve you really never need to ward. It's not a champ that will ever invade you. She's quite weak early. There are champs where you might want to ward this, right? When you're doing the path here, you want to ward this. Or like this, since they might late invade you. I've actually had that happen a bunch of times. I've recently had like a poppy run from her blue straight to my red and smite it away. That was super unexpected.
That is the most common ward I do because of...
yeah, and it's a fine ward.
It's so tilting if that happens, and it's happened a few times to me.
So definitely, these are the only kind of wards I think you need to worry about for the early game, usually.
Yeah, I messed up every camp. I messed up my raptors too.
Yeah, a little bit. I think you didn't hit the big one with the outgoing Q.
Yeah.
That's, man, but like this stuff is really not anything game deciding at all, so it's like, whatever. Not even gonna focus too much on that. Of course, yeah, you skilled E here, which is for sure a mistake, of course. And then you smite at the small or the medium croc. And now you're not even that much lower than you usually would be. I was actually surprised in game to see that, especially with how hard you fucked up with the smiting the medium one as well and stuff. You're actually so healthy for that. Let's see, should you have ever ganked you? I don't think so, right? They're too far back. You would have to walk in here and then spend so much time there for something to ever happen, so... yeah, just take the recall, it's fine. Top actually died already, I didn't even really notice in-game down. But yeah, definitely now, right? Like, when you're going out of base, you were looking a little bit top, but it felt like you didn't really make your decision what you want to do. I think... here, this guy's still...
I blue and then went straight up.
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, he
Probably
is a
still
little
willing
bit too healthy
immediate
to
kill.
dive right now, in my opinion. But you should definitely, right, since you were a little bit slow, I also told you just do blue and then maybe croc, then maybe the crab. But usually you should do grump, blue, and then crab, since then you'll be level 4. Yeah, here you meet the Eve, but your reaction was just too slow, right? Now you see her, instantly place a W here.
Where are you
Instantly
placing the W? In the
here,
try?
yeah, like
Right,
just
okay.
just where she's gonna run away, right? If she doesn't run away there, then she's gonna die. So she's a level up on you, but you have a dark seal and also Eve's not the strongest early champ, so you for sure get her flash here, and you probably even kill if you W because this is a silver game,
Sure.
so she doesn't really react properly, right? Like the big thing missing really was your W.
Yeah.
Imagine you just had it
Sure.
placed somewhere she has to flash earlier, and then maybe the Jax can kill her because now she was able to flash away from the Jax. So literally just the W here.
Yeah.
Just completely annihilate. And again, right, you just engage with the E. That's such a mistake. You never do that. You actually never do that.
I've
If
heard
you
you say
engage
this
like
before,
this,
and I
you do
always
the
end up doing it
EQ.
anyway.
Yeah, you W here and then you EQ engage, you know, that's the optimal thing you can do here. But like, this is just so slow, right? It takes you such a long time to prep passive, and then you're even waiting a little bit with your auto attacks. And also, yeah, like, okay, in this situation you had to use the E, but also there were a bunch of fights where you should have used your E rather to position in a way where you return Q hits instead of just using it for the damage. Like, most of the time you just use it for the damage and not for the movement.
Sure.
That's a big problem, where you're missing a lot of damage. So yeah, in the end you get the flasher, which is okay. Now this guy is quite low here. But always try to, like, it won't always be possible, but definitely try to always clear at least the whole quadrant before looking for anything.
Right, because I was gonna say, never would I usually clear like Grump, then Wolves, and then look top. By that point, I'm in my head. I'm like, no, just clear the jungle. You're already halfway through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
definitely need to clear the whole quadrant.
clearing a quadrant and then ganking top, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically you don't have to. If this is like a 100% gank, that's what I was saying, right? Like, if you can, you want to clear the whole quadrant. It's not even that great because you're already level 4, so it's like you're not really getting anything out of this. And if this guy is a 100% kill, then you should go for it. But I think he's a 100% kill here, no matter what, even if you clear it. The only thing that is actually a little bit problematic here, which maybe why you should have ran there, is because he actually had time to base now. But he could have based, I think, if he just bases now. He was just super greedy.
Recalling.
Yeah, I mean, since the Jax pushed, again, that was also a big thing actually. Your communication with your team was just very lacking, to be honest.
Sure.
Like, you just need to ping, like, just ping that you're coming here so your Jax knows what to do. Like, he probably doesn't really know what to do because he's silver, but like, he has an idea at least that you're coming, right? People that, like, if you play some lane, I don't know how much lane, I mean, you said you play everything, right? But as a laner, it's so much harder to look at the minimap than as a jungler, so, like, you often just don't even know what's going on, and that's, like, the more true the lower the elo is, of course. But yeah, you actually get the free kill here. I think this W is okay. Could be even further back, because, like, if anything, he's gonna walk here, I think. But since you just one-tap him at this point anyway, it doesn't really matter where you place a W. Yeah, and at this point, definitely just go base, right? Don't walk down. Don't walk through the whole map. You have gold to spend. Like, 850 gold is the recall you want anyways at this point, so yeah. Okay, let's see here. This is where I told you I think you could have just walked here. Yeah. See, we saw her walking like this. We have full info.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We have full info on her walking into your jungle here in a second. So, yeah, you could have just punished that. I guess, okay, the ward ran up, but we still saw her walking. She could have made the decision to go up here, but the way she was walking, I thought she was actually gonna look for the dive from this side. So no matter what, you should just path here and not here, because here you're just gonna, right? You're just gonna see her, and she's gonna see you as well. But if you're just here, you're so much closer to her. You never need to flash. Sure. Like, if you're here, if you're really good, you place a W blind somewhere here, and you just EQ over, or you just EQ and you probably don't even need the W anyway, since she doesn't have flash. And then I think it's worth flashing for that kill for sure, right? Like, getting a kill early to snowball you. We know 100% she doesn't have flash since he flashed here, so this is fine. And then she actually, wait, did she invade you here, or who invaded you here? Huh? Did the Malphite invade you? When did she invade you? I didn't even notice. I guess she must have invaded you some time ago. Yeah. So now, I mean, you just came out of base. You don't really have anywhere to be right now since your camps are up, and they actually have
What
very
did I
good
do
vision.
here?
Yeah, so they have full info on you here.
Oh, this is
Definitely
where I
good
was
that
gonna.
you didn't go for that. I mean,
Yeah.
one thing you can do, I mean, you would have been spotted no matter what by this ward, but always just path here. Like, path in this thing, no ward in this brush will ever spot you if you walk here. That's also good for ganking mid, right? When you're ganking from here, let's say you want, you're like, okay, let's just, like, you're blue side here, so if you want to gank mid, I think the best path is usually to just hug this wall. Like, walk here, hug this wall, up here, and then walk in from behind.
Sure.
Like no ward in this brush will ever spot you if you're here. There's like a blind spot, and it's on both sides as well. I think no ward at least. Like I've never been spotted. Okay, let's see. Here I think you could have definitely done something, right? What I already told you in game. She gets
Yeah.
W is a massive cooldown, but if she gets a kill or gets her E stacked, then it resets, and in this case she gets a kill.
Yeah.
So you just need to know this guy will, as soon as he will use his massive range W. So just hold your E. Like, literally,
Sure.
just Q him here, wait for him to use his E. If he's smart, he might just W here and you probably can't follow him. But he's an idiot, he's a silver player, he will E in this way, and then at least he will have to flash. You might not kill him because he has flash up still, but, like, Eing on him here was just definitely the wrong reaction. Because now you're just missing your movement
That's really a
spell.
brainless moment from me because I knew he would have the W.
Yeah, but that happens so much, right?
E.
Yeah, that happens so much. You really just need to start being super aware of the abilities if you want to be able to punish stuff. Like, getting the kill here would have been so good. Does he have a shutdown yet? No. But still. Like, you're even missing your Q because of that, because you're Eing onto him. Now he has a massive shutdown. And, like, you can kill him now, right? Like, that's what I told you in-game. I
Sure.
think you just kill him now. It's still 13 seconds you have to kill him here. Guy's still on half HP. So... yeah, I mean, she has flash, but she's so walked up, the flash is only gonna get her so far or whatever. I think you just kill her here. This is super greedy. This is a mistake you should have punished. It would have gotten you really strong, really ahead. And like, even now, right? Even now you can still punish. We were talking about, like, this is too late now, but see, like, she wants to get the next wave in. So, like, just kill her still. Like, you still have time to kill her, actually. You're just not really looking bot anymore here. So I couldn't really tell you in-game to go there, for sure. She doesn't even have mana for W at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, now she has it, maybe, not even still she doesn't. So there was a lot of time to punish her there, actually. That would have for sure helped you a lot in this game. Okay, let's see this fight. Here... you're really... I mean, you were looking a little bit too late here, but it's fine. You definitely need to finish the red buff anyways. And you don't have W here, which sucks a little bit. So, like, here, just auto-attack her once, get a free stack on from the passive. Since she's in your range, just, like, take these auto-attacks you can get for free, right? She's literally in your face here.
Sure.
Auto-attack Q, E auto-attack reset is what I would do here. It's like a really quick passive proc, and then there's so many reasons to proc your passive. There's, like, 3 big reasons. Biggest reason, it's the most damage. Second biggest reason, it gives you movement speed, so you can actually play the game. And like, have movement speed and kite and stuff. And then the third reason you want to proc it as quick as possible is really because... I mean, it ties into the other things, but it starts the cooldown, right? It's a 5-second cooldown, so... since you're not gonna kill people in one rotation in the early game, you need to proc it as quick as possible so the cooldown even starts and you can proc it again, basically. Like, this is just taking so... you could have already procced it by this point, right?
Sure.
And then this guy's also, he's actually getting out for way too long because you just didn't kill him and then you even die here because Eve has time to move. Well, like, all of this happened because you're just not quick enough with your combo here, basically. You would have never had to go this deep.
Yeah, it would have been a completely different fight.
Like, you know, just hard focus the Leona here because she's level 4, she's just kind of squishy, your Pyke is also... she should just die instantly here. She should never be able to live this long. I mean, it's still Leona, of course. I mean, you also just miss your Q, right? Definitely doesn't help. Bunch of miscues. I mean, if you feel like you're missing your Qs often, just maybe slow it down a little bit or something. And try to actually hit them, because it's very important to hit your Qs, right? Like, everyone misses them every now and then, but the majority of your Qs you should definitely hit, especially if you're in someone's face, of course. Yeah, and then here I think you just need to go to your top side, since your bot side only the Crocs are up. And then yeah, I think the best thing to do here is to do blue for multiple reasons as well. First of all, it will give you level 6, so you might not even want to clear this. And then you'll have the blue buff to just maybe play the game if these guys fight or something. But also, of course, since now if you clear the Grump and Wolves, they will respawn with smaller time in between, which is good for your pathing. But as I said, also in a lot of situations, you're not there on spawn anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, like this was a mistake. It was like where you fucked up quite bad. Yeah, like here the game's already kind of snowballed into their direction all of a sudden, but I think after this it was. I don't even want to say it was over. It was definitely super winnable still, but yeah. Okay, let's see.
Do we have to see?
Yeah, we have to see. Otherwise, how are you gonna learn?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, okay, first thing, stay in the brush here. Like, no reason. I think in a second here, at least you're not. Even now, you're giving him vision, right? Absolutely zero reason to ever give him vision of you casting the W here.
Okay.
Like, actually,
okay.
no
You
reason.
mean just be in the bush just for the
yeah,
W?
just be in the bush. Yeah. And it's the same range basically, right? So, because now he has time to react. And the way you cast your W, you also casted it exactly in the range where you, or in the direction you were looking. So he has like a very easy time predicting where it is.
Sure.
And like even now, you're just too scared of the poison it feels. Like yes, you learn like in Silver School, you learn like never chase a singed and whatever. But this guy is 400 HP. If you proc your passive, he's still gonna be dead. So like just don't be too scared of it. Yes, it's good to avoid it in general, but also just run at him here, honestly. And then but don't run. But yeah, we see the big mistake here is just that you E into the brush. What you really need to do is just Q, like Q, slow him.
Yeah.
Get your passive stacks on him, and then you're able to proc passive, probably with a passive proc and like smite, you probably just kill him at that point.
Yeah.
And then here, I mean, yeah, the ult didn't really hit. I think it wouldn't have hit. So, but I was telling you in game, right? Ult. That was probably the best bet for you to kill him here. I think after he was out of range, definitely shouldn't have ulted.
Okay.
It's definitely annoying, right? Like, it is not the easiest kill in the world, even though he's a little bit low HP, but I think you definitely should have gotten him. Like, the big mistake really is here just eing into the brush. When all you had to do is just
Q.
Q.
Into the brush. I lost vision, and I was like, if I
yeah,
don't
you
go
lose
down,
vision.
he's gonna be out of here.
But he still has to walk here, right? So,
Sure.
like, he's not gonna be gone just because you can't see him for a second. Like, that's why you should throw your Q as well, because then you even get the sound if you hit him.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, this ult was definitely not good, and now you're just... At this point you should just abort, honestly, but like abort to your tower, not to your jungle, because... Yeah, this is exactly what can happen, right? Their team moves.
Yeah, real
I mean, they use 2 flashes, and he was not even the worst step in the world, honestly, for that, but... for the fact that you should have gotten him is definitely not a good death.
No, yeah, this was terribly played by me.
Even ghosted as well, damn. And now the Eve invaded you again as well. I mean, she's a little bit ahead now, but you even shut her down at some point, right? So that's how the matchup usually goes for me as well. She might get some kills early, and then she's a little bit fed, but you should just shut her down at some point, and then you're just able to win 1v1s against her. Like, definitely, as I said in game already, right? The way this guy's walking here, you should just expect that it's warded. And also, there's no reason to ever kite the camp the way you did here as well. So, like, this was the worst situation to kite it this way because he actually had vision here.
Yeah,
but
there is a reason that I did that.
You wanted to get XP?
I get the XP off the wave,
yeah, okay. Yeah, there is a reason then, I guess, but generally, of course, just keep it down here. But yeah, I guess for that, there's definitely a reason, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit unlucky that it's worded, I guess. But he's not really punishing you here anyways, right? It doesn't really matter too much. I guess in-game, you're definitely not looking bot enough here. We definitely need more info here.
Yeah.
And also, especially since this guy has a huge shutdown. I mean, there's a bunch of people with shutdowns, but the realistic ones that you can collect are probably the Tristana and Eve. They're the squishy ones. So you definitely need to look way more bot. And you have decent setup here as well, right? The Pyke was even playing quite well. I mean, not so far, but like he actually started playing well later, I guess. Yeah, and then here for ganking this definitely good. Like always take the plant if you can, right? It's just gonna boost you a bit. Even I mean the ward just ran out, but like even if this is warded, you're just you're so much quicker, right? It's like a small tip, I guess, for ganking. If you're just walking through the river and this is warded, you will be spotted here, and if you just take the plant, you'll be spotted when you're already here. So sometimes you can even gank when it is warded. Of course, not no. Yeah, again, this didn't have to be so awkward because you just missed your Q, of course. And again, you didn't use your W. I think the W probably wouldn't have done too much. I mean, the big thing really, or like, you actually used your W, but you used it here. I guess Singed movement is a little bit weird, to be fair, like compared to other champs. Other champs usually just run to their tower. Singed usually just runs in here and just runs around and tries to live and get his poison on the enemies. So I guess against Singed you just need to... Like, that's what he did a bunch of times this game, right? Where he's not walking to his tower, but to your side, so you just need to keep that in mind, I guess, for the future.
Sure.
Just place it more here, and then even if you don't stun him, you at least get the shield, so you have an easier time chasing him, right?
Right, yeah. I neglect the shield, to be honest.
That's definitely a big thing. And maybe that's the reason why you're struggling to close out games as well. Because the shields are super important, especially in the late game. So you might just get picked off and stuff because you're neglecting it, but like really don't ever neglect it. It's so fucking broken, or not broken, but it's so important. So important.
Somewhere where even if the stun doesn't land, you know you're.
Yeah, like like often you just place it somewhere in the path and at least get the shield because you need it, right?
Sure.
Let's see how did this play out again? You just ulted back, I think here. So yeah, that's fine. Honestly, like don't even let him waste any more time. Use your ult for it. If you hit your Q here, you don't need to ult, I guess. Probably. Although he might still live because he's quite fast. Or like you might not be able to proc passive. So yeah, this was okay, honestly. Of course now you don't have ult, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to play the game, but you also had a decent recall right here. See, like the Eve has like much better stats than you. She has a 600 gold shotgun, but she only has like, okay, she has almost 1k more gold than you, but that's not that much stronger than it looks, right? You have your mythic here, so you can definitely play the game. Just be aware of that. And especially since low elo players, they make more mistakes than they should. These shutdowns, of course, mean a little bit less. And here, your reaction should just be place W. As soon as you see this guy, like place W somewhere here, like even from out of vision, you can place it, right? You can place it from behind here, place it somewhere here. Maybe she's stupid, stays here for too long. And you probably don't kill her since it's Tristana, but at least you chunk her, right? And that's already good enough. Maybe you can fight the Drake then or something. Who knows? I mean, you can't really because Sinch is also here, but... I guess Malphite is top, though. Doesn't have TP either. Like, yeah, when you see her walking up, like, just your reaction needs to be quicker. Your reaction needs to be right away to place a W here. And then if she keeps walking up or whatever, instantly EQ, auto-attack. You even have the rocket belt at this point. Can maybe even kill.
I was really focusing on just getting close enough to the fit pit that I could steal because I noticed they weren't sweeping it. But
and like, why are you eating away?
And I was like, okay, plan's foiled. I'm getting out of here, kind of thing. But yeah, I guess maybe I should have tried to go on a.
I mean, you didn't have ult to steal, so like it shouldn't even be your priority really to go for a steal here. Right, like dying again now would just be a huge loss of time, of course. But like here, your reaction also so wrong. Like. Yes, you see this guy instantly W on top of your Q. Like W on top of your Q, this guy, you really need to play way more with your passive stacks, I feel like. Just like applying them and then being able to proc the passive quicker. Like, all you're doing here is run away, like why are you so scared of this guy? Even if the Tristana is behind, it's still a 3v2, right? You can see your full info on the Eve doing this. Like who else is gonna be here? You win the 3v2 for sure. Like, you even eat away here. Like, what are you so scared of? The Leona's... Like, the Tristana's not even in range to engage anyways, so... Yeah, definitely way too scared here. Now the Singe is just running to you. Again, like, don't be so scared. First reaction, place a W somewhere here. Like, yeah, you still need to keep running, but just place a W somewhere. And then maybe you might get a stun. Again, W, missing. Like, it needs... Your fights need to start with the W. Because then the W will also proc as soon as you're in the fight, right? That's the big thing. So you can actually tank a bunch of... usually your fighting with Ekko should look like you're going in somewhere with the W, you deal your damage and then you dip. Then you're out. You usually shouldn't take too much damage, and then you just do the same thing again, right? In the early game, you won't have the W your second time around, but you will have your other abilities, so you can get the kill oftentimes. So like, just imagine you place your W somewhere here, now, before engaging. Then this fight is just so much better. You probably stun her as well. Like, now she just had so much time to react, and now you're just fucked because you're in there and your W didn't give you any value. It's such a big thing, honestly, with you, the W, that the fact that you use it too late. And then also, just here you actually were like, it was just a bad decision to proc the W, right? Because it made you walk into the Tristana range and made you walk closer to the Eve that was coming now. And also you just got stunned by the Leon ult, of course. So yeah, now... But even after that, I think at some point you kill the Eve, right? So you get a shutdown.
Yeah, go in top lane, try.
Yeah, so like, games are always winnable in this elo. People just don't know how to close out games. They make a lot of mistakes. And as long as you have items to play the game with, then that's completely fine. Man, if you're just faster, you just need to E-Rocket Belt, right? You never need to flash. It was definitely, like, I also expect him to move up here, but... See, like, even now, if you just E-Rocket Belt, he's dead, right? You never need to flash. He's easily in range. E will be here. Rocket Belt, you'll be even in range to auto-attack him, honestly. And then even if you wouldn't be, you still have flash, still have smite, so you never need to flash here, honestly. Just like you were a little bit too slow, I guess. You kept walking up here.
I was looking at that distance just then, thinking, why did I need to flash for that? But yeah,
I mean, it's okay still to flash for a kill at 50 minutes, I would say. You even get the Herald for it, so it has some value. Yeah, I think here actually just get the red beforehand, honestly, next time. You see, like, I think when it's yellow, it means 15 seconds. And we see her being dead for like 20 seconds, so you know this should just be free unless the Singe comes here. And then you can still take the Herald on your way back. But actually, you're going for, like, next time, definitely, as I said in game already, just E over here, right? It saves you like 10 seconds.
Sure.
Like, it literally would have been here before the Eve even could have been there. And then, the reason you can go for this invade still, and why I told you to actually go for it, is because nobody ever, or like in higher elos at least, nobody would ever start clearing at the red. And I don't think she does either, right? She starts at the Raptors.
Okay.
So you just have some time, right? In higher elos, people might start at the Crux here, clear them, and meanwhile, you can just steal this away and then run away. You just E over the wall, nobody can follow you. So that's why you can still go for this. But like, again, also here, you were just a little bit slow with even starting it. It just E over this wall here. Or like, I mean, maybe not even E over. I guess you were thinking about using this, but like, never use this. Don't ever give them info that you're invading. This for sure gives them info, but that's so unnecessary. So yeah, but like, Q already now, right? Like, Q it now, get it to walk up to you, so and then proc your passive a little bit quicker. Again, like, there's another like 2-3 seconds that you're just wasting when the time actually really matters, right? And then don't use your W. If you're expecting the Eve to come here, which you should be expecting since she just died and like her top set is up, so where would she go other than here? Like, don't use your W, you need to have it up for fighting.
Sure.
Imagine that you have your W up now while she's face checking you. You just instantly kill her. I mean, this was still fine. In the end, you even did get her, I think. But yeah, like, imagine you just stun her. It was so close. This W, right? I told you, place a W, but you would have never done that on your own, I'm sure. But like, you need to know that this guy keeps chasing you, and it's such a good prediction W here. And also, it gives you vision and stuff. It's just good. Yeah, this was definitely good that you actually went for the killer. I think I personally would have probably ran. But that was for sure close.
I'm actually surprised that she died.
Yeah.
I don't think I usually would have went for that. I think I was kind of just limit testing because you were watching.
I think overall the reaction was not perfect, but it was okay. I'm just looking. I think you could have auto-attacked her once. Well, you were like kind of both face checking the brush here. But like now when you see this, you just auto attack her once. Maybe then she doesn't get baited into the W though. Maybe she turns around. Who knows? Still, like auto attack her once. Then like Q E auto attack reset, and then I would probably use the rocket belt to finish. Although maybe, you know what, I think using the rocket belt before here was actually correct, because then you get her into your W threshold, so that's fine to actually execute her. So that was nice. I think you should have taken the blue here, mostly because you're level 11. You're a little bit low, but you can definitely do it still with the W anyways. So, but it's fine. Like, if you had level 11, you could have maybe looked to go bot or something right away, but you don't really want to do that anyways, so... Yeah, just full clearing here is fine. Clearing towards the Drake, right? That's always what you want to do. You just need to make a plan. Every time you're going out of base, you need to make a plan. Like, what am I going to do in the next minute or 2 minutes? And usually the plan revolves around the objectives, of course. So since the Drake is coming up in like 55 seconds or something here when you were in base, you still have enough time. Or like in some situation you might not have enough time, but in this situation I think you do have enough time to just go to your top side, clear down, and then be there, right? Because there's no real reason to be there a minute before it spawns. Like, sometimes, yes, to set up vision and stuff, but in this situation you're not really allowed to do that anyway, so you should just clear your jungle and then see if you can maybe move in there with your team. Again, W... Like, this W was definitely bad. I don't know who you placed it for. But, yeah, I mean, unlucky, I guess, that you you used your Q already to do this. But then, yeah, definitely try to hit the return Q. I mean, okay, you can't in this situation. And also, you shouldn't walk up too deep here, of course, but... Yeah, this W was definitely not good, right? The way the Leona's moving... She's your target here, right? You're not gonna turn on the Malphite that's full HP with ult up and everything. You should just try to focus down the level 8 support that's kind of a free kill here, because she's overextended. So definitely just place a W in her path next time.
Yeah, that was sad
You die
again.
here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the big thing really missing the W, right? You didn't get the shield from it. Imagine you just got the shield here. Imagine if you had just placed it here, right? When the Malphite ulted in as well, and maybe even the Tristana jumps in. Would have been so massive. Here I thought your reaction was actually, like, kind of good, right? That you tried to use the Rocket Belt auto attack reset to proc the passive.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why it didn't work, though. I think you could have actually eat over the wall here and killed the Leona. Right, let's see really quick. I think your E is up again. Yeah, like here. One more auto attack, proc the passive, and then E over the wall. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't do that actually. Just E over the wall here, finish her off. Get out of there so that Tristana can't attack you. Yeah, if you proc the passive, you kill her. I mean, let's see. Should you have proc the passive here, or was it just not possible because of attack speed?
Yeah, I was trying to reset, but I think she just R'd me away.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what happened. Unlucky. I mean, the reaction was the correct one, I would say. But should have just followed the Leona here. In hindsight, I also didn't really see that in game though. This, but actually nobody has shutdowns anymore. That's crazy. You're like 5k gold behind, they have 2 Drakes. How does nobody have shutdowns? I guess Singed has one now. And then here, like, don't be so scared. You're actually up in XP. You're almost even in gold. She doesn't have a Rabadon's completion yet either, so she doesn't even have a huge power spike. Don't be so scared. Okay, you don't have Q. But still, like, even still, like, she also doesn't have her W on you, so her damage potential is not that great here, right? And she doesn't even have ult, you actually just kill her here. We didn't have full info on that, I think, because nobody pinged it and you didn't really look at her too much, but... I think you literally just kill her here. If you face check her like this...
So it seems like two of the big things that you're thinking is that my W's are bad and I should
They're
take more
not
damage.
even just bad, they're also, yeah, they're often bad, but they're also just often not even used at all. Like bad in a way where
Yeah.
you're just using them too late often. But like here, yeah, like place a W somewhere in her path, auto attack, E auto attack reset, maybe rocket belt depending on how she reacts. She'll have to flash away for sure. And like, just realize, like this is all the damage she deals to you, right? In this fight. Basically. This is literally all she can do here. Sure, she can do a bunch more Qs, but that's it, right? You're half HP, and that's done. Like, now you have no reason not to stay on her. Your DPS is definitely a little bit better here. But, yeah. A little bit unlucky that you didn't have Q up, I guess. Still. No, don't be scared here. She even wastes her rocket belt now. Yeah,
Oh,
here
yeah,
you
that's
had
fine,
time to
right?
react. You definitely had time to react. I mean, it's not the easiest spell to react to, of course, but the way he's moving up to you is so obvious, right? That he will ult you in a second. He's just straight up walking at you. And you're so close to your tower. Like, you don't even need to be greedy here. Honestly. Like, just E under the tower. And then at least he will be under the tower and you'll already be there, right? Like, even if he hits the ult. Because now the problem is that you're getting hit by the ult before he's really in tower. Okay, like... Malphite doesn't even care tanking the tower too much anyways, but... Could you have lived here? I mean... Did you get hit by... Or... Could you have dodged with the E?
I thought he was going to Q me again. It would have killed me, so I ulted.
Yeah. No, I mean, you would have died to a Tristana auto attack or something. Yeah, of course, now you died still, though, even and you used your ult, so that's definitely worse, Steph.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just thinking if you actually could have lived, because you of course you eat and it still hit you. It was just a little bit too late, honestly, right? It was when you just eat when he was in your face already. Could have just been like a quarter of a second earlier, and maybe then you dodge it. But this is not like big stuff. This is just something, I guess, a little bit better reactions here would have saved you. After that, there's no way you can live after getting hit by the ult. Again, you just collect a bunch of shutdowns, right? Like, this happens so much in low elo, that's why every game is just winnable. People just give their shutdowns and then the game all of a sudden doesn't even look that bad anymore. Yeah, here, just ignore the Leona, right? This guy's so deep, the Leona cannot do much, she's even here on her own. So just get this kill. And I don't think you should rocket belt here, you're already in range, I'm pretty sure. And you might need the rocket belt to follow him even further. Let's see, do you place your W well? And you didn't even place your W at all. So criminal, man. You need to place it. Just like, this is a perfect time to place it well, right? You're out of vision again. Like, okay, the Leona saw you, but like, just place a W here in his path and he has no time to react.
Sure.
He literally doesn't have time to react. And it will be in his path. Like, if it's not in his path, then he has to turn around and he will also die. So, like, yes, you get him here no matter what because it's a 3v1, but it's like, it's even closer than it has to be, honestly. And then, wait, yeah, I wanted to see if you're already in range, though, with the E. I think you were. So, like, now you're already basically in range.
Easy. Yeah.
So, just, like, maybe smite him, okay, to be even more, but... It's fine, but... In some situations, this might matter. Like, imagine he has flash up here, then you still need the rocket belt to follow him. And then nobody was even here, so you could just get the crab. And at this point, nothing is really happening. No objectives up or anything. Just in these situations, you really just need to jungle. I think farming is not like a big weakness of yours, though. You had some good games in your match history. I would say this game was probably even a bit of a weaker one than your average game. Okay, let's see. Like, this fight, for sure, you could have done way more. You played way too scared. And again, now you need to place a W. Like, get into the habit of placing your W from out of vision. That's so big. It really is such a massive factor on your impact with the Ws and how much you can get stuns and stuff. Like, now is where you need to place a W somewhere here, I would say. Because either the Tristana makes a decision to stay in here and, like, be here, then, okay, you won't hit your W, but she will be in your team and die. Or she just jumps out somewhere in this direction. Does she even have the jump? Yeah, she does have the jump still. Like, just place it somewhere in her path.
Yeah, and I at very least get the
And then,
shield.
yeah, and then exactly, and that's exactly where you will be anyways when you're fighting, so you can just get the shield before you engage.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely need to.
And you would have stunned the Leona here, right, if you placed it where I said. And now, like, don't be so scared here. Yes, you don't really know who's coming, but you're also, everyone on your team is here, right? Like, the Jax is here, the Pyke is here. Okay, this is actually... I mean, looking at this now, honestly, is probably a fight where you shouldn't have kept fighting, but you kind of won, right? You still have your double here, right? So, we see the Leona walking here, just place it somewhere here, I would say. See, like, your Jax is actually doing so much here. Your team just did this without you. And you could have helped as well. Gotten something, some Dark Seal stacks or gold from the Eve. Yeah, and then like, don't ever be scared of the Malphite here, right? He's just like a stone that's getting beaten up, basically, at this point. When he's alone. And yeah, like, going for the tower here, actually very good. See, like, you're up, like, 1k gold on the Eve here. Because of that. Yeah, don't overcommit into her. We see that Tristana also pushed in the bot wave. She will definitely kill you. Yep, this Tristana is actually disgustingly strong here. She has 14k gold. For sure need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Don't overcommit. Like, Tristana is the Lee Sin of ADCs, I would say, because if she ults you and you're like at half HP or whatever, and she can kill you with that, you can never ult, right? You'll be CC'd and she just ults you and the bomb explodes while you're still in the air. So against Tristana, you also need to ult kind of early sometimes, which is definitely annoying. But and especially against fat Tristanas, that's why you need to be a bit wary of her burst, I guess.
Man, I'd like to see what my damage was against Tristana this game. I don't think I touched her.
No, not that much. And see here, you stunned everyone. Like, the Tristana is still dead for such a long time, and your reaction to just not proc pass here was so wrong. Right, that was really missing.
I wanted to see this fight again, actually, because I feel like I did fuck
Yeah,
up
this
here.
was definitely one where you could have done way more. Yes, you're super low, you have to ult, but like, look at this guy, you actually just kill him. Yeah, if you go on him now, you have your rocket belt up still. You just EQ a rocket belt, and then like, he doesn't have ult, you kill him, and then you might be able to run away. The Tristana might be able to follow you, but at least you have get one kill then. Now you even flash and you still die. Wow, yeah. Tristana is fat as fuck, the fact that this killed you. I guess the Collector also helped with that. Well, wow, your Pyke actually popped off here though. Let's just see again. Honestly, like, did you have E up again, or was it just some cooldown? Let's see.
When I got hit by the
Leona. You definitely also got hit by way too many Leona ults here, to be honest. Yeah, it was not quite up, I think, but still, like, Leona is such an easy spell to dodge, especially with your E being up oftentimes. You should never get hit by it. And I think you got hit by like 3 in this game already, so it's definitely not great as an Ekko. But yeah, like, the big mistake here, at least if you're not gonna go for the kill, at least proc the passive on the Leona, right? Sure. You had one passive stack on her already, at least get the movement speed, then you're not gonna die either way. Like, you had one auto attack here, all you had to do was... Did you even have 2 stacks? Or was it just one?
Was up as well. I could have just EQ'd.
Yeah, you definitely could have EQ'd or auto attack Q'd, something like that, and then you're out 100%. So this death was super unnecessary. But your Pyke actually kind of popped off. Now you're even gold, damn. How did it go wrong? Yeah, at this point, like, honestly, just give the Drake. The Ocean Drake, the third Ocean Drake really is like no Drake, honestly. Who gives a fuck if you're restoring 2.5 missing health every 5 seconds out of laning phase, right? It really doesn't matter at all. It's like no Drake. It's only good for laning phase, then it can be nice in like lanes where people get bullied and whatever, they might appreciate that, but it's really not an impactful Drake at this point, so you can just give it and then play for the next one. And I think in this situation it's the right thing to do because you're so close to Rabadons as well. Here you were too hesitant in this situation. You should have just went over there way quicker, honestly. You had your W up the whole time, like just place it in here. This is where you're gonna fight probably. Place the W in here and take the plant over here.
I didn't even think about the plant for some reason.
Yeah, like that's another
I remember
thing.
thinking, where do I jump over? And I didn't even.
Exactly, but imagine you just use the plant so you still have your E up. That would have been
For sure.
so much better for reaching him. But like, you're just taking such a long time here, so this guy was moving for the longest time. And you still had to flash away from the Jax, but... Yeah, now like, why are you face checking into that? It's so obvious that she's gonna be from this side, like, run away. As soon as the heart comes in your face here, you need to turn around. The Eve had no way of coming from this side, basically, or not really. I mean, I know it's hard to think about this stuff in-game and whatever, but still, like, in general, when you see a heart pop up on you, especially against bad Eve players, you should just turn around. It's generally the right reaction.
I did have a lot of nerves this game, but I think regardless of the nerves, I'm starting to realize that my W's suck on a good day. I don't think I'm like thinking about the shield enough.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not even using it anyways, and that's another thing, right? If you just start using it, you will get better at using it as well, of course. You just realize that if your W's are missing a lot of times, and then you just might start placing them better. The only way to really improve at W placement is by doing it often and just seeing how people react to it. And of course, just general game knowledge has a lot to do with it as well, but yeah, at this point you're not living there. Just want to know if you could have lived if you just run in the other direction, probably. I don't even know why you're turning around. What are you turning around for, honestly?
I really don't know.
I mean, maybe you wanted to get the red or something, but like that's not really a good time to invade with these guys coming in as well. Like, if anything, you just want to keep chasing the Singed here, so there's really no way or no reason to face check the Tristana Eve here. And then, of course, the fact that you... okay, someone in chat is saying, I said don't follow. I guess I don't want to... I don't want you to keep chasing over the whole map, right? But still go in this direction, I would say. But yeah, I guess maybe a miscall from my part then. I just didn't want you to keep chasing him because at this point you're not gonna catch up to him, right?
Yeah.
So like don't keep chasing him for all around the map. Yeah. But like at the same time, there's just no reason to turn around here, right? So.
Sure.
I guess it was just a little bit of a confusing call by me then. But yeah, so the E into the brush here, there's absolutely no reason to do that ever. Like, actually, never ever. The only thing you want to throw in your brush is the W or the Q, never the E. You really need to hold your E way more. At least you were able to dodge her ult with yours, but it doesn't matter, you still die. And now I guess you lose Nash for it.
Oh yeah, this is where it really went.
I mean, yeah, it already went kind of bad in the early, but then you pulled it back because people gave their shotguns, and now you just kind of threw it again. I think that's really the story of a lot of silver games, but that's why you just need to be the one that plays the consistent game and doesn't make these stupid mistakes and gives the shutdowns. I mean, in your match history, you definitely had a bunch of those games, right? But I guess this game you maybe were a little bit nervous as well. Still, like, the whole time you're still up in gold on the E threat. Just realize that if you would look at these stats, you probably would assume that you're weaker than her. But that's just a misconception. Right? You still definitely need to be afraid of the Tristana. She is way stronger than you, but everyone else is like kind of equal to you or even weaker. So, I mean, yes, she has like big power spike items as well, but so do you, right? You have the Rebalance as well. And you have the advantage of being able to build Mercury threats. Yeah. Which just makes this matchup so much better for Ekko, in my opinion. Let's just see at the Dark Harvest stats, by the way. 900 damage. Not great. But I mean, Dark Harvest, of course, is a much better rune when you're ahead. So let's see here. Should you have done something different? I mean, definitely place the W now, somewhere here, for sure.
Sure. Did I even place it again? Oh yeah, place it
too deep and too late. What even? What the fuck? Was it the Tristana bomb that almost killed you? I think so, right? Yeah, I think I also noticed that in game. It was like a huge, fully stacked Tristana bump on this tower, and you're like half HP from that.
Oh, holy shit. I didn't notice that either.
Yeah. Like, in-game it was hard to see, of course. Yeah, here I told you, like, focus Tristana, focus Eve. That's your general, that should be your general focus, of course, in these fights. And I think in this fight still, right, like, maybe you can kill Singe, but honestly, it still shouldn't be your focus. And these guys are also low red, so yeah, I think if you place a W earlier and don't go half HP from the tower shot here, or the bump here, then you probably don't lose the game here. And now you're just...
Yeah,
you had to ult there right away. I know it's like... this really... for this situation, you really need to think ahead, of course. Like, you really need to understand that you need to ult... like, now you need to ult. Now you need to ult. Because as you will see in a second, of course, you will just get chances hit here. If you don't ult. And now your ult would have still been at a decent position where you could live. I don't know if you can def the game no matter what here, since Tristana is still full HP and she's omega fat, but... yeah. At this point, you didn't really even have the chance to focus them, honestly. Definitely had a lot of ways to win this game. Mostly mechanical misplays, I would say, that led to you losing this game. For sure, the biggest things to work on mechanics-wise, for sure, your W and E usage. I don't know if you watched my mechanics video. I think you said you have. Like,
That's
maybe...
the first video of yours I saw, actually.
Yeah, and maybe just watch it again. Yeah, and just like...
more.
exactly, just try to, like, really internalize the stuff that I'm telling you there. I know, like, I said, like, thousands of things in there, so, like, you for sure don't remember all of the stuff, but, like, really maybe try to especially go over the W and E usage and really see your own mistakes, like, how you're not doing it the way I'm trying to explain it there. Of course, I think I also sometimes explained it kind of bad in that video, to be fair. I was, like, really hurried to get that video out and stuff, and I sometimes maybe didn't find the correct words, but I still think you can learn a lot from it. And of course also, now we've talked about it a bit. As I said, I don't think farming is something you need to focus on that much. This game your farm was definitely not good, but it was a loss, and also I think you have some good games in your match history with decent farm, especially for your elo, so...
to be honest, I'm pleased that you've just pointed out so much about the W, because it just gives me one thing to really focus on, and I don't feel too overwhelmed. Cause,
yeah. Also try out Electrocute again. Like, try out Electrocute with this, if you want, of course, with the sorcery, but... I don't know, I just don't see the value with Dark Harvest.
Sure.
That's not even a lot of damage, honestly, for how fed you are here. 1.4k. And the big thing with the Dark Harvest damage is just that it's worth so much less, right? It's like most of the damage from Dark Harvest is just overkill.
Yeah.
And especially with this setup, you're just overkilling so much, I feel like. And you're doing it at the cost of consistency in the early game. True. Even though early game you say it's like your strongest part of gameplay, but still, it's like... this was not the correct Graves item build, by the way.
I don't know what the right build is.
Yeah, you must definitely like the worst mythic you can build nowadays after it got nerfed. Yeah, we're not here to talk about Graves, though. Yeah, I think definitely biggest thing is honestly your mechanics in that regard. But overall, I think you should still be able to climb to Platinum for sure. Like, if you have the time, just play more, I guess. And then also one thing, actually, I didn't say too much about that in game, but definitely also you were sometimes a little bit slower to look at the fights that were happening and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're watching this session back, then definitely make sure to just look at that. Like, actually, when you're watching your own gameplay, see how often you, like, take a look at the minimap oftentimes, and then look how long it takes you to actually look there with your mouse. Because, especially when you're able to move there, you really need to look there right away and get the info, of course, so you can start moving as quick as possible. That was definitely also something I noticed, but it was not your biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is really the W and also E usage. Like, you don't want to use your E as your first spell, like, never. The only time you use your E like that is if you can finish someone off. Like, you only use your E then. But, like, you never want to E and then Q and whatever. It takes way too long to proc passive, and you're also often mispositioned because of that. So, yeah. Do you have, like, any more questions? We still have, like, 10 minutes.
Not really. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the information that I've gotten.
Okay, that's good. I guess, I mean, do you know, like, the EQ combo and stuff? Because you didn't really do that too much. Or did you even...
Oh, the Q that comes out during the E?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ordinarily I do that. I'm not sure why I wasn't doing that this game. Probably nerves, honestly. I don't want to blame too much on nerves, because I know that, you know...
You can, of course, also combine it with the rocket belt. as well to do an even quicker combo. I guess I'm gonna just show you a little bit of that, like how to practice it. It's not super important that you can do the combo, but of course if you can do it, I'm always like I've realized I think the easiest way to climb is just having better mechanics than your enemies, because then you can even get away with like bad decision making and stuff because you just outplay. So yeah, like having better mechanics than your enemies is easy in Silver. So just like try to achieve that honestly, and doing the EQ combo consistently and this kind of stuff will already be enough usually. But yeah, if you can do the EQ rocket belt combo, it's definitely a bonus, I would say, because sometimes you might be able to catch people off guard if you do this, right? Just like a really quick auto attack reset.
Oh, right, yeah, EQ, and then pretty much while you're in the E, you rocket
Yeah,
belt, right?
the important thing is still that you do the auto attack right away.
The auto after, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did practice this a little. I've not put it into practice too much in games, but
And then your auto attack resets with the your auto attack resets with it can also be much quicker, right? You can do like this. It was not even super quick. Sometimes you can do like very quick auto attack resets. This is like fine, right? How I'm doing it here. But just like practice that on the jungle camps, honestly. While you're clearing, just practice. See, like this was a really quick one.
Yeah, that was. You couldn't even really see the first
Yeah, exactly. One. Sometimes you do it this quickly and then it's like super smooth. But it doesn't need to be that quick, right? Like just like this is completely fine. But just practice it on the camps and then you will get very smooth with it in game as well.
Sure.
For sure. This is like the most important stuff, I would say. But yeah, like oftentimes, right? Just the classic scenario. Let's say we're ganking here. We're placing a W at max range. See when it pops. It pops right when I'm gonna do EQ here on the enemy that's here.
Sure.
So you just have the shield right when you need it. So Ekko's kit is perfect, right? It's like perfection by right, the way they designed him. Also in the way that you just need to use all his abilities to play him correctly. So and like the max range for EW is usually also the range where you
so you're
want to
always
be.
throwing at max range, really.
Not always, of course. Like if I need to place it somewhere else, but like yeah, if I'm engaging, of course I try to.
If you're like approaching a fight, like the majority of the fights in that game, and you know you're.
Yeah, it's usually at max range.
Yeah.
Usually at max range and usually out of vision if I can, right? And max range and out of vision kind of ties into each other, of course. Right? Let's say like I want to. Oh, let's say like a decent scenario is like a late game fight at Drake. We're red side here. And then let's say I just want to go in here. I just place the W already. I go in here. Or like let's say often also when ganking. Oftentimes people push here, right? Like this is such a free kill angle. You just place your W, E over here, rocket belt, you're in range. And it's like at max range basically, and it's gonna proc at the correct time. You can really do it on both sides. Oftentimes also people push here. You just walk up here, place a W somewhere. And then get them. It's like these are such free kills. You can do it on bot lane as well. Bot lane is usually a little bit harder because champions here are ranged, so they stand further back. But if they're immobile champs, you can still get them. I guess for light ganking mid, I don't know if you knew this, of course, but you can E over this wall. Most people know this, but sometimes I've been coaching people recently that have told me they didn't know you can do it. This is super good, right? Like, this is such a good engage angle for diving. Especially if you have some amount of CC in your laners and they push this in, just like place your W, let them CC, and then you just lock them up for like 3-4 seconds. It's not difficult. Yeah, definitely try it out a bunch of times, but it's not difficult. From this side, I sometimes fuck it up because you need to stand at the right spot, but it's also not difficult. Definitely a very useful wall. And then, as I said in general, for ganking mid, just come in from behind here. We can see even now. Like, let's see. This is like a normal ward, I would say, that someone places. Let's see how the vision is. See, you can see there's like a blind spot. Yeah. This is even quite a lot, right? It could have been placed here, but even then, there's still a blind spot here. And same, let's place it a bit further. Say like nobody places ward this accurately. Like maybe now it might even spot you, but nobody ever places wards like this.
Sure.
And I think even now it might still be a blind spot here if we look at the minimap. So yeah, definitely abuse this kind of stuff. Also for ganking top, you can very rarely also just of course go back behind here. Same on the other side. If you have more time and you really want to force the gank, and you know this is warded, just use the fact that you have your E and get in behind them. But then if you do that, make sure to like ping that your E is on cooldown for your laners. And that's also another like smaller thing, but it's definitely impactful, and I've noticed that more and more with like lower elo players. Just like the communication. Communication makes the game so much easier. If you just ping for your team that you're coming and whatever, it just makes them react better oftentimes.
Yeah, I definitely should have been pinging more for that Jax in the early game.
So much. Like, yeah, especially for him, there were a bunch of situations where it really might have mattered. So, yeah. I guess that's it, though. I mean, these
Yeah,
are
that's
the
good for
big
me.
pointers. So, I guess I'm gonna stop the recording.